Welcome back to my channel. Excuse the scary zoomed in face, but we're talking brows today, so I thought I might as well start in close and just continue on from there. So I've written a whole blog post about kind of my brows and my journey and all that stuff, so I'll link it down below. But me and my brows don't get along very well, and I spent a long time over plucking them and all that kind of stuff, so they're still by no means perfect, but they're probably the best that they've looked in a long time, probably since I was a kid, before I started waxing and plucking and all that kind of stuff. So I thought I would show you how I'm doing my brows at the minute. I need a good bit of filling in, like I have a lot of gapping and I have to trim my brows because they can get quite long and wiry, so that kind of lends to the gapping and stuff like that, but I have a better shape than I have in a long time. So I'll stop rambling and just get into what I do. So first, I just have my base on because I'm going to film another video, so I figured I'll do my brows and then start the other video. So I'm just going to grab a spoolie and just kind of clean the brow hair that I have and just make sure there's no foundation or anything like that in them. And then I use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. This is an ash brown. I have a bit of a ginge tinge in my hair, and it's in my eyebrows as well. So I like to use something neutral that kind of neutralises the tinge a little bit. So these are brilliant. I have a full review of this on my blog as well, so I'll link that down below. But I really love this brow pencil. I think I'm on my third one now. If you like the Brow Archery or you like the Anastasia Brow Wiz, you'll like this because it's a similar kind of deal. A spoolie with a finely named pencil. So how I do my brows kind of depends on the makeup I'm wearing or the lack of makeup I'm wearing. If I'm going to the gym, I do kind of like to do something because I have to walk to the gym. I have to walk a kilometre to the gym, so I like to look somewhat put together. So I'll usually just kind of fill in the tail because that's the most gappy part, and I'm happy enough with that. But if I'm kind of wearing makeup on a particular day, I will start at the front because I've quite a bit of gap in here. So I'll start, and may I add, I'm holding the pen. I keep calling it a pen, it's a pencil. Keep holding the pencil quite far back so that there's not a lot of pressure on it. And I'll fill in kind of the base of the inside part and then pull across and fill in the tail. And I spend a lot of time raising my eyebrows so that I can kind of see where the natural arch should be. And then I just fill in with kind of light strokes. As I have quite dark brows, I do kind of like to define them somewhat. But that's just personal preference really. And then the other one. My eyebrows are by no means twins, or even, they're distant relatives, but I've just kind of come to terms with it somewhat and try to do the best with what I have. The years of over plucking has pretty much destroyed them. If I could go back in time and tell my younger self anything, it would be brows will come back in fashion. You don't need to pluck them away. But me and my tweezers have a nice relationship. So this brow is definitely kind of more rounded than this brow, so I try to match them up as much as I can, but it is what it is. And then when I'm somewhat happy with what I've done, I'll grab a spoolie again and just kind of soften the pencil. So that's the pencil part done, and as I said, if I was going to the gym or whatever, or going to shops up the road, I would just kind of do that and I'd be happy enough with it. But if I'm whacking on the makeup, which I intend to do today, I'll grab some brow powder as well. Now sometimes I'll use the Inglot gel brow liner, and that's really intense, so it just kind of depends on what I want to do. It reminds you of the Anastasia brow pomades. I actually think it's better because it's a bit looser in formula, so it's very pigmented, so a little goes a long way. But for today, I'm going to use the Freedom Duo Brow Powder and Soft Brown. Again, I kind of use a more cooler toned because I want my brows to be a little bit more cooler. So it just depends on your preference. So this has 2 powders in it, and a darker one and a lighter one. So I usually just kind of mix the 2 of them together, and then if I need a little bit more definition, I'll go in with the darker one. So I use an angled brush. This is the Inglaw 17TL. I have a few angle brushes that I kind of use, though this is just the one I picked up today. And I'll dip into both colours and just start filling in. I'm nearly going. Again, I'm holding the brush quite far back so I get a lighter amount of product on my brow. Uh-oh, don't do that. Mistakes happen. It's alright. It comes off. It's all good. And then when I'm finished kind of with the tail of the brow, whatever is left on the brush, I'll kind of bring that into the front, just kind of scruffily. And that again helps to kind of fill in any gaps there might be. And again, I do the same with the other brow. We all have a favourite eyebrow, don't we? I think my left one is my favourite. But as I said, it just depends on how happy I was with the tweezers that month, or that week, or that day. I just love plucking my eyebrows, and like it got to a point where like I had no front eyebrow left. I just kept going and going. I don't know why. So I'm slowly learning that that's not the way you do things. But I got HD brows a couple of times, and as much as I kind of enjoyed having the brow, they were a bit too much for me. But it did kind of teach me how to kind of do the front and kind of bring the angle up to make it a little bit more brow-like, rather than it looking like a Nike sign, which is not very flattering. But again, it's preference, it's preference. My brows aren't perfect either. I do have to fill this one in a little bit more on the front here because less hair grows. I do have brows obviously, but the hair doesn't grow in the places that I want it to grow. So that's powder done, and then again I'll just kind of, especially the fronts, I'll spoolie through, as I call it, and just kind of soften the product. And then one last step, I'll use a brow gel because, as I said, I have quite spirally brows, so I need something to kind of keep them in place. And at the minute I'm using the Too Faced Brow Quickie, which has fibres in it, which I like. And again, I would use this on its own and be somewhat happy enough, but I find that this kind of holds them in place, and it's not tacky or gooey, and it's easy to apply. So this is in the shade Universal Brunette, and it comes with a really dandy little spoolie, and not too much product comes out on the spoolie, which I really like because you don't want big globs all over your face. And then again, I start on the front and just kind of feather it through. I think this kind of trains your eyebrows as well in the direction that you want them to go, by kind of you're pulling them into place. And that's pretty much it. That's my brows done. It looks a bit scary with no other makeup on, but I promise when I kind of apply everything else, they'll look somewhat normal. Not perfect, but normal. So there you have it, my brow routine done and dusted. I put on the rest of my face just so you can kind of see them in their natural habitat. So with all the other makeup on, because it kind of evens itself out and they don't look as intense and scary. Yeah, I hope you found something useful and maybe learned something. I don't know. If you did, happy days. My job is done. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Bye bye.